Lisa, so now we're gonna do a body composition test. First, we're gonna do the skin fold test. It's usually 5 sides. I'm gonna show you the 5 sides for females, but we're gonna just measure 3 sides for the purpose of this test. The purpose of doing these skin folds is because it estimates your body fat percentage. A high body fat percentage is related to higher risk of cardiovascular, metabolic, and renal disease. So it is important for you to know your body composition and work on that based on the results. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the sides. Okay, so what we basically do in this test is I measure the thickness of the skin folds in the sides that I'm gonna show. Can you please take your shirt off? So the 5 sides will be your thigh, between in the interior part of your upper leg, the midway, halfway between your hip and your patella. Then we have the abdominal side, 2 centimeters to the right of your umbilicus. Then we have the suprailiac side, which is on the top of your iliac crest line. We have the chest, in the case for female, is one third from the nipple to the axilla. And the last one is the tricep one, which is the posterior part of your upper arm and halfway between your shoulder and the elbow. Now, as I said before, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure the thickness of the skin fold in 3 of these sides: your thigh, your suprailiac, and your tricep. And based on those results, I'm gonna estimate your body fat percentage. So I'm gonna go in order from upper to lower body. I'm gonna start with tricep, then suprailiac, and then your thigh. I'm gonna measure twice in each location, and if the measurements differ from more than 1 to 2 millimeters, I need to take a third one in that specific location. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with your tricep. Okay, let me put yours. I'm gonna go ahead to the suprailiac. Can you put your pants a little lower? So, okay. This will be a diagonal fold because this goes in lines with your iliac crest. And the third one will be your thigh. Perfect. And now we're gonna wait a few seconds and I'm gonna go again in the same order. Okay? I'm gonna do the second trial. Again, can you pull your shirt? Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And the last one. Okay, so your results are all pretty close, less than 2 millimeters apart, so I don't need to do a third round. And now with these numbers, I'm gonna calculate your body fat percentage. Okay, Melissa, so based on your values, your body fat percentage is estimated to be 26%. This is a measurement of your overall, it estimates the overall body fat. which will put you in the just above the 10th percentile when compared to normative data for females your age. And this is associated with higher risk of cardiovascular disease, metabolic disease, and renal disease. So do you have any questions about this?
No.
Okay, thank you. Now we're gonna do a second body composition test. This is called waist to hip ratio. I'm gonna measure the circumference of your waist, which is gonna be the narrowest part above your umbilicus and below your rib cage. And also I'm gonna measure the circumference of your buttocks or hip. It's gonna be the maximal circumference on your buttocks. And then based on that ratio, I'm gonna compare you with normative data, and I'm gonna see if you're a higher or lower risk for different diseases. So to measure this, I'm gonna do 2 measurements on each side, 2 measurements on your waist and 2 measurements on the hip. And then if the 2 measurements differ from more than 5 millimeters, I'm gonna take a third trial, and then I'm gonna use the 2 closest ones to calculate your results. So let's start with the measurements. To start, I'm going to start with your waist. Can you put your shirt up? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna do your hip now. Second time. Okay, perfect. So now with these values, I'm going to do the calculations and I will give you the results. Okay, Melissa, so based on your results for the ratio between your waist and your hip, you have a ratio of 0.73. Comparing this to normative data for females your age, this puts you in the moderate risk category, which is good. It's good for your age, and which means that you don't have any high risk of cardiovascular disease such as heart attack or stroke, and you also don't have high risk for metabolic diseases such as diabetes or dyslipidemia. So this is good. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you.